various ways of doing things. If there are new ways, you learn. But then the most important thing is you yourself, your integrity. Are you somebody you can rely on? How do you comport yourself? Do you easily work as a team? And then do you respect the people you are serving? They can't give you what you are giving. You are the only surveyor they know. So you should be able to relate to them well and always take them that they are right. And be loyal to the professionals you came to meet, your seniors. By doing so, I think you go to the limits. For now, I think this is my take. That what I expect from a young surveyor is that you've come out of school, you are in the learning process. But the learning process becomes one technical, one yourself. How do you make of yourself in times of difficulty? Or you are going to face challenges. It's not about surveying, it's about having to take care of your family. And it's about how do you relate to other needs? How do you combine it? As far as our profession is concerned, the ratio to the population of Ghana is not too many. So I can assure you there will be work for you. But if you get the work, don't look at the money. Look at delivering the services, respect your seniors, and the sky will be the limit. For now, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello. 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 Please, can you hear me? What I'm trying to say is, this is our session. Our panelists are here to address some of the issues we have, our concerns. So please come forward. Let's show that the program is ours. The participants are yours. YSN, please come forward. Hello. Hello. Trainees should even be on the, yes, you should be even in the front row. Yes, please join me. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we can give ourselves a round of applause. Great. So my second thing, surveying the past years, but surveying is still surveying. We would like to know, and this will go to Auntie B, because it's a Auntie B, because it's a gender question. Hello. Hello. Yes. So we'd like to know, Auntie B, land surveying has changed over the past years, but surveying is still surveying. And we want to know the number of female young surveyors compared to their male counterparts is relatively low. What measures have the institution put in place to woo more female surveyors, into the institution? Thank you.
Unfortunately, you are asking the wrong person. But I can attempt to give you an answer. Over the years, WINS has tried to visit the girls' schools to educate them about surveying, because we realize that most are not aware about what surveying is. To schools like Accra Girls, St. Mary's, Kumasi Girls, to educate them more about surveying, because we realize that even though I cannot talk for them, I know the vice principal of Ghana School of Surveying is here. Over the years, they have made it their priority to admit any lady who applies to do surveying in Ghana School of Surveying and Mapping. So that is a plus. It means that the outreach we have done over the years is yielding results. So I know in a few years, the number of women might outnumber the men. So I was very happy. I was so impressed when YSN was going to Tamasco yesterday. They made sure that they took along a lot more ladies to do the outreach program. So we know that in some few years to come, we'll have more women than men. I hope I have attempted.
So we are the T. Any thoughts on that? We want to know what some of the other measures that have been put in place aside giving preference to female surveyors into the survey school. What about the institution? And even if you look at the job market as a whole.
Thank you very much. I think we need to do more than a talk. It depends on the individual's perception. We want our children to study science. Some of the ladies go and study science, they come out and they perform well. If you look at the grades from the university, second class upper and all that. But when it comes to employment, at times they become frustrated. So we need some small affirmative action so that from our licensed surveyors, private surveyors, and the main government institution, those government institutions, so that we should be able to look at that aspect very well. Otherwise, if they come out and they are not getting employment, those following them will also not go and do the course. So I agree with B, but we need to up our game. So the strategy is if firms can be given a certificate or something from the institution, if you're able to employ 3 women who are members of the institution, if you keep them well. The area I'm also coming about, that one cuts across, but in the subsequent questions, if you look at the pharmacists and the medical profession, they have fees that they charge, but they also have fees which you, the member, you are supposed to pay maybe a 1 or 2 year graduate pharmacy or doctor. We don't have. So we have to look at those who come out of the universities, if they are given employment, well, what should be the range for a certificate, diploma, or degree holder, if the level should be such that we work hard and generate the money. We should be able to give some average fee for my institutions, fees that we normally publish. We ask for those to be paid to us. But what our firms and lines of work should be paid to our new graduates Now, I think he has said it, but I believe we need to do more.
Thank you. On the issue of more talk, and I think that will go to Surveyor Parkwesi. On the issue of more talk, there's a saying that has been going around in the institution. Yeah. Yes, there's a saying that has been going around in the institution that says that the young surveyor is more talk and no action. More talk and no action. Surveyor Parkwesi, can you share your thoughts on this? And if you've also heard it, thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, I have heard that saying, but I think it's not very accurate because, they say action speaks better than words. And I'm just come to share some of the things that we have done that would show you that we are actually doing more than we are saying. If you look at the continuous development of the activity of the young surveyors over the years, it would show that we are actually walking the talk. 5 years ago, we were pushing an agenda to make YSN stand. We saw the likes of Dr. Isiama on the international fronts at FIG, making active moves in active government and administrative positions. We saw the likes of, even 2 years ago when we organized AFRES in Ghana, we saw the likes of Sylvia Gavu in active government, on active panels in governing council and doing active roles. Today, last year, at the last AGM, we saw the movement of accepting young surveyors on various councils, various departments for our LS planning committees. We've held up to about 35 active portfolios in different departments, and we are doing a lot more to push the agenda of continuity. That's what we young surveyors stand for. We want to learn as much as we can from our seasoned surveyors. We want to continue the works that they have done. We want to even do better because we are young and we are smart and we can learn faster as our seasoned surveyors teach us. So we can even see it in this year's seminar. We can see many young surveyors with the likes of Surveyor Ivy, Surveyor Edu Afari, and myself. Chairman is pointing that I should also highlight that. Yes, but we see a lot more people. In governing council, we have 2 representation. We have the chairman of the LS division, a young surveyor. We have Surveyor Shadrach in very active positions. So I think that maybe we can rephrase the saying that we are no talk, more talk and no action into we are young and vibrant, active members who are pushing the agenda of the seasoned surveyors to even do beyond and then push project the image of the land surveying division. Thank you.
Thank you. On that note, if I'm not mistaken, if we say YSN, do we have anything that goes with it? So if, okay, GHIS, service with integrity. Thank you. GHIS. So I think it's time for us to couch one for YSN. So we can look at the area of action. Or is the house with me? What do we think, young surveyors?
We can have something. Maybe we can do a proposal. When we say YSN, we can say armed with action, armed with ideas, fortified by action. Yes. So YSN, armed with ideas, fortified by action.
That's a proposal we'll have to put across. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. So we are at Adetoria. I'll come to you again. On the issue of technology, in this area, where technology is rather making things simpler for the layman, where non-surveyors can purchase equipment and conduct surveys with ease. Is professional membership worth it?
Yes. Yes. Technology is changing, but it does not live out the basic principles. It does not live out all the papers presented, which I've attended yesterday and today, from Dr. Ziger's explanation, and all, whatever technology that you have, even the AI, they don't live out the basic principles of surveying in terms of measurement, data capture, and data analysis. Yes, so I believe that we have legislation to make sure that people do the work professionally. That's why we say that the line surveyor should be the one who should say the cadastral plan. We are going to the realm of mapping, hydrography. You see the DHIS coming out with stamps. You see my friend Gustav always putting it on those who are on the platform so that you can fix your stamp to whatever you do, to make the public know that anybody can sit at home and decide to do anything, but it's not the same. It's not the same. And if we don't also make policies to guide the profession, what we are doing, others will come in. So if we want people to join us, but be more trained, know how we do things, so that we don't give the clients or Ghanaians what they don't need. They ask for food, then we go and give them sand. Technology is there, but we use policies, legislation, and some of our professional measures to make sure that we use the technology, but those who have been trained to use the technology will be those who use them. So my advice is that this morning, I think Mami from UMAT, they did remote sensing. So I have to ask her, did you visit Accra? And the answer was fine, they were in Accra more than 2 or 3 times to make sure that the areas that they saw on the data, now remote sensing data, reflects the area that they didn't just sit in UMAT. So these are what we are saying. You have the tools, but make sure that you always go back to the first principle. And I think that's what your lecturers and your institution heads are teaching you. We'll use the technology, but always refer to the main principles. In addition, to make sure that we say protect, you'll be given a level to sign, and some levels you may not be able to sign. The time is going to come that those seals that you've been given, and maps too is given to the director of survey. If you come out with a map for public use, you need to go for quality control for them to be able to approve the work you have done. We had new district 16. Others came out with the maps of the Ghana, with all the 16 regions. Later, they saw the mistakes and the chaos that was created. So we have to be advanced in the technology, but we should always refer to first the basic principle and find out whether you are allowed to do it. Is there a policy which prevents you, and go through the various channels so that you get approval of whatever you are doing. Thank you.
Thank you. There's a follow-up question, 2 follow-up questions on this.
Okay.
So I'm going to give one to you and I'm going to give one to Auntie B. So it says our young surveyors would want to know why licensed surveyors still sign plans by quack surveyors. Like I'm using quack because it's a term we know. Yes, so licensed surveyors are signing plans from quack surveyors. Is there a way that some licensed surveyors, surveyor Tinedu, thank you.
Yeah.
So is there a way that issue can be kept for the recognition of a professional member of the institution?
The processes of approval of plans is not sacrosanct. It is still growing. At SMD, we develop a format where the person who went to do the job should have his diploma number. And if you are with SMD, you are under a regional surveyor, which session you are working. If you look on the forms, it's there, but I don't think people are filling it. Or maybe digitally, Lisa can look at it because they are being accused. They don't want to sign those plans. But we cannot say that if you finish medical school, you are a general doctor. You can look at somebody, and if it's this bigger operation, then the one who is a surgeon will take over. So we cannot say those who have finished surgery school and tech and this members of this institution cannot do work. So we, the license surveyors, are relying on you. But invariably, when we started signing, some of you were giving your numbers to people to write. So it's not only the license surveyor, whatever we sign, there's field worksheet form. If you are from ES, you see the form, you write your name. And it was helping a survey department. For dispute to come out of it, you pick the form. The person will say, you did it, say, your friend, your driver took me there. It's on the form. So it also helps the license surveyor if he's approving. Ghana is big. We are supposed as license surveyors to do the work ourselves. But most of the time we rely on you that we are trained through your training and supervision. So I agree, license surveyors, some may sign for quacks, but some of the quacks will pass through you. You can help us. Other than that, we should, through LISAC and SMD, insist on making sure that if it's digital or manual, that aspect of the form should be signed. Who did the work before the lines? If the lines surveyors worker, we want a diploma number or wherever the person is coming from. That is, for me, how we can stop signing for quacks. But we also need your collaboration.
Thank you. So I will skip. I think we've seen more, and then we know our stake in also this issue. So we'll leave it there with the recognition. Auntie B, the number of technician members in the institution, especially the LSD, have seen consistency over the years, but in recent years, there's been a decline. As a lecturer and the patron of the SRC of the Ghana School of Surveying and Mapping, do you have any recommendation for the institution to reverse this trend?
I think the first thing the institution should do more is education. We should do a lot more education in our tertiary institutions because most of them don't know the benefits of joining the institution. We have tried to have student members, but the issue is after school with the student members, what is next? They don't know. So we need to educate them more. Then they know that even with the HND, they can as well apply to be technicians. But they believe that their worth is measured when they do a top up and then they apply as professional members. So the word is education. Yes, we are doing it, but we need more of that. Some of us, our faces are common amongst them. So when you tell them, yate, and so yante. So we need more faces, educate them for them to understand that it is done, it is workable, and they can join as technicians. The benefits are the same. Thank you.
Thank you. My last question will go to Surveyor Parkwesi. As a young surveyor, what has been the impact of the institution in your professional career? And do you think the institution can do better in that regard?
When I joined the institution, I was just coming out of school, but even my case is different because I got to know the institution before I joined. I went to school in the university with the likes of Surveyor Reverend Aye, Surveyor Kwame Tinedu Senior here. These men held my hand and then introduced me even into the profession before I went to school. So I went to school, I knew about the institution, and then I appreciated this opportunity for career development, mentorship. It's something that the institution has spoken about over and yes. And my mom, yes, my mom is also here, Sylvia Phyllis Usu Enso. Yes, she was the one who introduced, she was the one who asked me to hold fast to this profession. Yes, I wanted to do something else, and she told me that if you understand the earth, you understand everything else. Yes, thank you. But the GHIS has showed me one thing, that mentorship and career development is the priority to becoming anything great you want to be. They've enforced it through the policy that they have, where when you join the institution, you undergo a compulsory 2-year mentorship period under a licensed surveyor. And we as young surveyors have also appreciated this, so that we learn from the seasoned surveyors ahead of us. And so we see that this is something that continues as a lifelong training, and that's why we stand for continuity. We've benefited also by having a seat at the table, because we've trained under these seasoned surveyors. They've entrusted us to also involve in certain active positions. So you would see that now we are invited to come to take roles here. And because of that, I see that if this continues, we would even have maybe in the future a young surveyor becoming one day the chairman of the LS division, the president of the GHIS. Yes. So we are asking that even as they have done this, like Oliver Twist, we ask for more. We ask our seasoned surveyors to believe in us a little more, to continue to keep us at the forefront of things, to invite us to active roles in governance, active roles in professional capacity, test our skills, see that we are capable, invite us, let's add up to the numbers that you already have. Let us continue this work that you are doing, because we are young, we are active, we are smart, and then we can also support you to achieve this goal. Thank you.
Thank you. Please, can we do better for panelists? We want to say thank you to our panelists for gracing this occasion. God bless you, and we hope we can count on you today and tomorrow. Thank you. Please, you can do better. Thank you. Please, if you hear your name, please, can you join me in front here quickly? Surveyor Dinah here. Surveyor Pakwesi Ezanato Owusu Enso, Surveyor Isaac Marcel Azoladi, Surveyor Shadrach Yao Dafiemepo, Surveyor Eugene Anipa, Surveyor Christian Gazy Otu, and Surveyor Ivy Gladys Apia. Please, Pakwesi, Surveyor Pakwesi. Yes, please. Thank you. So, YSN, young surveyors, these are your executives for this year. We don't have our coordinator here, Surveyor Alexandra Ite. He had to leave for another important agenda. So we are your executives. If you have any question, if you have any doubts, please, you can approach any one of us. Yes, and ask us. We are here to serve you better. Thank you so much. Oh, okay. Surveyor Dinah is a member, and then Surveyor Christian Gazy is our secretary. Surveyor Anipa is our treasurer. Surveyor Pakwesi is also a member of the executive body. Surveyor Ivy Gladys is the vice coordinator, and Surveyor Alexandra is the coordinator. Thank you. So we'd like to say thank you to each and every one of us here who joined the YSN session. And like the saying goes, more action and less talk. Thank you very much.
YSN. YSN. Oh, I can't hear you. YSN. Sure. That is the only thing that I'm hearing. Yes, I want to congratulate the YSN for the way they've been able to put themselves together and the way they are trying to come up with things. But I told them that when you meet here today, I have my observation that I have to put across. Unfortunately, I was not given the opportunity, but God being so good, I've been gotten access to the mic, so I have to say it. I love the way they do their things, and if you see all the programs that they've organized in the session, you see that they've done tremendously well. But there is one thing that I find lacking that I want to bring their attention to, so they should look at that aspect very well. Then I will be very happy with them. What is the issue? YSN members are members of the professional body. They are not only members of YSN. YSN is the young or the youth body of the professional body. It means that even if YSN doesn't exist, they are part of the professional body. So I expect YSN to participate fully in all activities of the adult body. But I can tell for a fact that anytime that the institution or the division organizes a program, you can count the YSN members over there as if it is not the division, through the division and institution inducted them or admitted them into the professional body. You are full members of the institution. Therefore, we expect that as young, energetic people, when the institution is organizing a program, come in your numbers for the elders to see that, yes, they have people who will succeed them when they go out of the system. Don't hide behind YSN and leave the institution as if there's no youth in the institution, because we know that saying that when you come to contribute as much as everybody is doing. No, we want to see that you are also participating in such program. Therefore, you have to do contribution and receive, so that when it happens to you, we will have the authority to call people to come to you. Thank you very much. My mission over here is very simple. ESCO is seated over here, and I am to introduce one of our senior members of the institution, not the division of the institution, and is here for a very short mission. His mission here is that the national vice president of digitalized issues in the country saw our team and is very much interested. Therefore, he is hard up somewhere. They are in a retreat and still wanted to add a voice to what we are doing. Therefore, he sent one of our own to come and give us some short information. And the person is no other person than Surveyor Humphrey Amegado. He is a fellow of the institution and he is a member of the Kiosk division. He has been the past honorary secretary for the division. He has been the past Kiosk chair. He has been the chairman of PAC for 10 years for the institution. And his message is very simple. He's going to tell us something about what the vice president has asked him to do. Shall we put our hands together and welcome Surveyor Humphrey Amegado? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Surveyor Gidi, and the chairman of the LS division. I can't see the Surveyor president, but if he's here, I acknowledge him and the rest of the ESCO members if we are here. Good. And the past president. Since the days of PP Adwoteya have applied to become a member of the LS division as a QS member of LS or LS only QS member. But it's not been agreed yet. So I don't know, Savia Lavi, you have to look at it. On Monday, I saw one of your videos advertising this program, and the chairman of the planning committee was talking about smart thinking being the basis for digitization. So quickly, I called them for a letter to the vice president's office. I went there. They are in all kinds of things because of their campaign and things like that. And Wednesday, if you followed, they give a tracker about his achievements in digitization and other things. So they couldn't come. Otherwise, it was going to be a loaded speech with media coverage for this program. But they've asked me to tell you that whatever you do here, they must see a paper to the office to strengthen what the chairman was saying on the video, that the basis for digitization is on a geospatial, whatever. I can't speak surveying too much. So my message is very, very simple, that after the program, he couldn't come, but he wants to work with whatever you are doing, and we should not hold this program in a vacuum. It should have an appeal on national basis. So I'm actually working directly with the head of operations from his office, Professor Kweku Apiedu. He's doing that. So I bring this message, and that's why I'm here. And thank you very much for taking us in. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, I think we'll move straight to business. This afternoon, our business here is to discuss issues concerning the LS division. And yes, we are starting AGM. We are starting AGM. Thank you. Now that we have ESCO